Here's a fun fact for you. Jamaica was the first country in the Americas to build a railroad. It was constructed just 18 years after Britain built theirs. Welcome to another informative and exciting Monday edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Theodore Henry.
The Joint Select Committee of Parliament reviewing the Domestic Violence Act wants to hear from you. Review the Act and share your opinions with the committee. You can find a copy of the Act on the Parliament's website at www.japarliament.gov.jm under the heading Publications. Once you have reviewed the Act, submit your written opinions by Tuesday, April 30, 2024 to Clerk to the Houses, Gordon House, 81 Duke Street, Kingston, or clerk@japarliament.gov.jm. Let your voice be heard.
Good day, I'm Twyla Whelan and this is your JS News for Monday, April 29, 2024. For the first time ever, a road traffic appeal tribunal is now in place, offering greater assurance to Jamaicans that their rights will be protected and justice served in cases of traffic violations. The tribunal is established under the Road Traffic Act 2018 and attendant regulation to hear appeals related to traffic offences and violations. The members, comprised of a panel of legal experts and other relevant professionals, were sworn in during a ceremony at the Ministry of Transport on Friday. They include retired Justice Carol Lawrence Beswick, who serves as chairperson, and deputy chairpersons Victor Barrett and Kimberly Dobson. Other tribunal members are Connolly Black, Reverend Nigel Pusey, Delworth Heath, and Dr. Paris Liu Ayi. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry Carol Palmer says the tribunal responds to a long-standing issue among many citizens who feel unheard, set upon, and abused. She stresses that it offers a mechanism where persons can now feel heard and properly treated. Similarly, Justice Beswick stresses the point that the members are cognizant of the fact that behind the challenges that exist are persons who have to know that they are being heard and understood. Chief Justice Brian Sykes points out that the tribunal's jurisdiction is quite wide, as Section 44, subsection 3 of the Road Traffic Act makes it clear that any person who is aggrieved by a decision of the Transport Authority or agent of the authority may appeal to the tribunal. Meanwhile, the Transport Authority's capacity to monitor and regulate the public transportation sector has been bolstered by the addition of 12 motor cars. They were handed over during a recent function at the authority's Maxfield Avenue offices in Kingston. Managing Director Ralston Smith says the acquisition forms part of the authority's effort to rebrand its operations division.
These vehicles will help us to maintain high visibility in the town centres, the cities, along main trunk road, and of course at various hotspots across the country. We will use them not just for operational activities, but also for commuter engagement, sharing information, and of course gathering intelligence.
Chairman of the Transport Authority, Owen Ellington, emphasized the need to outfit the entity with even more vehicles.
Because I think you need to build out on your mobility. I think you need to carefully assess the requirements for patrols and presence on the road and commit to deploying a minimum number of cars with people in each of the regions that you serve.
A robust framework for monitoring deposit-taking institutions' adherence to and compliance with the recently established standards for automated banking machines is being implemented. The assurance comes from Deputy Governor of the Bank of Jamaica in a recent interview with JS News.
Banks are required on a monthly basis to submit to the Bank of Jamaica detailed information on the performance of each of their ABMs across their network. That information will cover things such as whether or not those ABMs were operational during the reporting period, the percentage of time that they were non-operational, information around cash availability, how much cash it dispensed, how much cash it received, and also in terms of their recovery time, how long did it take for that ABM to be serviced in such a way that it was available to the public.
The BOJ introduced service level standards for automated banking machines, ABMs, on April 12 to ensure their proper operation and maintenance. They were jointly developed by the Central Bank and the Financial Services Commission, with assistance provided by market conduct experts from Australia. Deposit-taking institutions, DTIs, have been given a 9-month transition period to get in conformity with the guidelines. Senior Deputy Governor of the BOJ, Dr. Wade Robinson, says the ABM standards are in alignment with the government's effort to strengthen market integrity and enhance customer protection in the financial sector. The Urban Development Corporation, UDC, is inviting investors to take advantage of the prime real estate for business opportunities in the Raintree Commercial Complex being developed at Ferry off the Mandela Highway. It is part of the Caymanas Estate development. The UDC held an investor sensitization session on Saturday, showing them the 68 one-acre lots that are available for commercial and light industrial use. UDC General Manager Robert Honeygan says the agency will put in critical infrastructure to make the development process much easier for investors.
We're doing finished lots. When you walk into the Raintree Commercial Development, you're going to now be able to put up your building immediately. So all your roads are going to be in, your sidewalks are going to be in, your water is going to be in, your sewage lines are going to be in, your electrical connections are going to be in. So for us, the Urban Development Corporation, we've de-risked the development for Jamaica's entrepreneurial and business class.
Mr. Honeygan says the UDC is pleased with the turnout and response from investors. He reveals that there is a 12 to 18-month projection for the development of the Raintree Commercial Complex.
People are really engaging with the concept, because what it does for our commercial market is that it allows the commercial market to walk in to a turnkey development, erect the buildings and that they need to erect for whatever business that they're going to be operating, and it gives you first world finished amenities, and that's massive. That's really, really massive for the market.
For further information on the application process, investors may visit the UDC's office at 12 Ocean Boulevard in downtown Kingston or their website at udcja.com. The application window closes in May. And finally, Minister with responsibility for skills and digital transformation, Senator Dana Morris-Dixon, says the government is striving to promote gender diversity and inclusivity within the technology sector. She was addressing Flow Jamaica's 2024 Girls in ICT Day Expo at the Pegasus Hotel last Thursday. This year's staging was held under the theme, Inspire Leadership. The expo allowed the young women to network with female ICT industry professionals.
The administration sees increasing engagement as not only a push for equality, but also a vital step in our development journey. Female tech participation is intrinsically intertwined with collective economic empowerment. Our vision is to create a future where every single young girl like you can lead the charge in digital transformation.
Principal Director of Telecommunications, Kadian Smith-Newton, says the Portfolio Ministry is committed to the development of the country's ICT programs.
We give our commitment as a ministry to continue to work with stakeholders such as Flow to create a more inclusive and supportive environment for girls and women in ICT.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Twyla Whelan. Thanks for watching.
Did you know Jamaica has one of the world's most rare, best and expensive coffees in the world? Well, now you do. Let's journey to the cool hills of Newcastle, where we will recap the festivities of the annual Coffee Festival, celebrating the homegrown bean and its endless opportunities.
Welcome to the vibrant world of coffee. Jamaica's annual Blue Mountain Coffee Festival brought connoisseurs, coffee lovers, and curious minds together at the misty peak of Newcastle to enjoy the nation's finest brew, where tradition meets innovation and every sip narrates a tale of passion and pride.
course, is the 7th renewal of the Jamaica Coffee Festival, which I inaugurated. And I'm excited about the fact that we created something that has made it possible to showcase the varied, the deep, the wide, the elongated value chain of coffee in Jamaica.
The Coffee Growers Festival is not about big business, really. It's about those coffee growers who grow the coffees, sell their coffee beans in boxes, and make sure they can feed their family. And we at the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce want to make sure that they get the investments they need and the markets they require to convert their coffee into income.
I always look forward to the new innovations in coffee products, not necessarily the actual beverage itself, but the byproducts of the coffee process.
This is regular ground coffee. Also, we have it in whole bean in this brand, Rhythm Blue, right? But we get to understand that Jamaican population, or most people in the world, doesn't have the gadgets to percolate, not all people. So we take it a step further and we go innovate, where we keep that for some people and we have better cup now for everybody. As long as you have access to hot water, if you even have the milk tin, before you throw away the milk tin, throw some water in it, boil it up on the stove, throw it in a cup, and just go so. Here's a slip, and you throw that aside, and look here now. Have you ever seen this? Voila! It's Jamaica Coffee Blue Mountain in the form of a tea bag.
By building out products around the coffee bean itself, 80% of the bean is actually thrown away after it is made to produce the coffee liquid. So once the liquid is done, then everything else goes. But what goes has enormous industrial value and can now create coffee confectionery, coffee products for health and wellness, coffee nutraceuticals. And we now have the possibility to make coffee candles. You know, this hat, to make a hat from coffee, from the fiber of coffee. This being around it is all from coffee bean. So we can make coffee shirts. We could make coffee perfume, coffee essence. We can make bands for watches from coffee bean, and indeed coffee accessories.
We're here with our signature cakes, and today we're featuring our coffee-infused product, which is the Paris Ruby coffee cheesecake and the coffee banana bread. The other products are Paris Ruby cheesecake, bread pudding, banana bread, red velvet.
I'm more accustomed to Cafe Blue, so it was good to sample from other areas.
My brand is Moy Hall Estate Coffee. It's Blue Mountain Coffee, and we are here to let it be known that there's such a coffee as Blue Mountain Coffee, which is very good. We are promoting our brand.
It's one thing to consume the best coffee in the world. It's another level when you're consuming it in one of the most picturesque places in the world. It's another thing to be consuming it in a country that's had sunshine year-round.
The Ministry of Tourism, through the Tourism Enhancement Fund, has been pretty integral to building out the strength and capacity of the festival to expand and grow. Next year, we want to do better than this year. We've been talking about expanding to different locations across Jamaica.
The Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee Festival captures the lively essence and deep roots of Jamaica's coffee culture, ensuring an unforgettable journey filled with warmth and exquisite flavors.
Today is observed as International Dance Day, and Jamaica has no doubt made its mark on the international scene with our expressive techniques. Our next feature may force you to get up and rock to the beat as it delves into our dance and music culture.
Chick, chick, chick.
The lady G's, the lady saws.
Rude is in court now, boys.
Scratch Perry and King Tubby, what they did, and that is influencing modern music production today.
The torso is tilted forward, the arms are going up and down.
The original sound system owners, Tom the Great Sebastian, Thomas Wong.
If you look at stuff like, Sata Masagana, people love the song and love the rhythm.
This is a story about Jamaica. Well, more so, its unique soundtrack and exceptional tunes. A story about the beats that keep the feet, hips, arms, hearts, and souls of Jamaicans moving.
Modern Jamaican music can trace its origin to the sound system. Now, the sound system can trace its roots to Tom Wong, the man who had the sound system called Tom the Great Sebastian. After that, people like Arthur Duke Reid and Clement Sir Coxsone Dodd decided that they were making their entry into the sound system business. The mood in America, where they were getting the music from, shifted, and the sound system operators decided that they needed to find a way of getting exclusive music, and one of the ways they thought they could do so was to create their own, and that's how ska was born. The anthem for that period, for me, would be Derek Morgan's Forward March.
Together be brothers and sisters, we're independent. 1962 on the 6th of August, when them was going to have this celebration of Jamaica independent, I was the one on a truck back, and I sing Forward March on that.
There was a close relationship between music and dance. So in ska, the torso is tilted forward. Now there was the options of the arm going up and down, side to side, forward and back. But the overall shape of the movement was very low.
By 1966, ska had made way for rocksteady.
Of the black, gold, and green. I guess the musicians them decided that they want to slow it down a little bit, that people can more relax, in the dancing and thing. So here comes the rocksteady moment.
It was definitely a less exuberant type of music. And some people say that that is reflective of the fact that people were coming to terms with what the Independence Project meant, and they were not as confident as they were a few years before.
No, no, no.
So the movement was always coming back to center because you are taking control of your space. So it is an undisturbed, cool, the rude boy thing.
It was soon the late 1960s, and what continued as a demonstration of our ingenuity and innovation, as well as a reflection of our souls as Jamaicans, was the evolution of rocksteady to reggae.
Sold I to the merchant ships.
So reggae comes along at a point when Jamaica is now mature in the development of indigenous music. And reggae becomes message music influenced by Rastafari's ideological positioning.
This is why the Bob Marley is so successful, the Burning Spears and a whole lot of people, because the message of the music resonated internationally with the struggles of poorer people.
When we got into the reggae era, we got a lot more of the movement that we would find at the Bobo camps, at the Nyabingi 12 Tribe sessions, a lot of swing, the head nods, and a lot more of that religious reverence.
At the turn of the late 1970s, a new beat was formed, one that would share the stage with reggae.
And me, she want, see how me cute.
So the dancehall was a space, and then it moved to become a genre. So then everybody, women and men, dance close together and dance and rubber dub.
Dance hall, of course, completely in an ethnomusicological context, different because you're getting staccato rhythms now, a faster paced beat. But dance hall emerges as Jamaica's premier street theatre.
Dancehall and the rise and the growth of dancehall music came about when Steely and Clevie came on the scene and started digitizing the music.
Right along with that came the movements, of course. Bogle dance, created by Gerald Bogle-Levy in 1992. You had World Dance, which followed up, and so many others. We went on to see the Butterfly, the Tatty, the Prang, a host of dancehall movements. Dance doesn't operate in a vacuum, so it's intrinsically linked to music.
But no musical genre developed after the 1960s isn't influenced by Jamaican music.
Data from the National Road Safety Council shows that 90% of motorcyclists who die on our roads were not wearing a helmet. Don't let that be you. Wearing a helmet could save you and your pillion's life. In the event of a crash, the helmet can protect you against severe head injuries. Wearing a helmet can also help to reduce wind noise and light rays while driving. Let's work to reduce the carnage on our roads. Wear a helmet, ride safely.
As May peaks around the corner, let's kick off the Child Month festivities by showcasing the creativity of one of our nation's tiny gems.
My name is Tengyu Pringle. The name of my piece was The Banana Song. It was written by Evan Jones.
Tourist white man, wiping his face, met me in Golden Grove Marketplace. He looked at my old clothes, brown with stain and soaked right through with the Portland rain. He cast his eyes, turn up his nose. He says, "You are a beggarman, I suppose. Boy, get some occupation. Be of some value to your nation." I said, "By God, and this big right hand, you must recognize a banana man. Up in the hills, where the streams are cool, and mud and janga swim in the pool, I have 10 acres of mountainside and a dainty-foot donkey that I ride."
I was trying to tell people that it doesn't matter how you look, it doesn't matter what they think. You should not judge someone on how they look, or just get to know them and understand them.
I leave me out early morning time, set my foot to the mountain climb, and bend over to the hot sun time. Cutlass rings and stony side, plugging and beating, dipping and planting, till master sun drop, jolly promoting. Then home again in cool evening time, perhaps whistling this little rhyme. Praise God and my big right hand, I will live and die a banana man.
I think it is very important for others to not judge others.
So when you see these old clothes, brown with stain and soaked right through with the Portland rain, don't you see I? Now turn up your nose. Don't judge a man by his magic clothes. I am a strong man. I am a proud man. I'm free, free as these mountains, free as the sea. I know myself and I know my ways, and will sing with pride to the end of my days. Yes,
It was very nerve-wracking. I think I did great.
The Joint Select Committee of Parliament reviewing the Domestic Violence Act wants to hear from you. Review the Act and share your opinions with the committee. You can find a copy of the Act on the Parliament's website at www.japarliament.gov.jm under the heading Publications. Once you have reviewed the Act, submit your written opinions by Tuesday, April 30, 2024 to Clerk to the Houses, Gordon House, 81 Duke Street, Kingston, or clerk@japarliament.gov.jm. Let your voice be heard.
We've come to the final stop of today's magazine, but the journey doesn't end here. Tune in tomorrow, same time, on this station for another informative edition of Jamaica Magazine. If you missed any of our happenings or you just want to learn more, visit our website at jis.gov.jm. From the production team here at JIS, I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.